Last Winter's Snowman, a snowy story from the Gaspé Coast, Chapter 7, The Snowman Story. Since this is such a long chapter, it had to be divided into several parts. So here is part 1. Last winter had been a good year for snowmen on the Gaspé Coast because of the many heavy snowfalls. In fact, there were almost as many snowmen as there were people on the coast. People may have complained about the amount of snow, but they had enjoyed making the brightly dressed up snowmen that stood in front of every home, school, and business on the coast. Even the hospitals and the senior citizens' residents had joined in on the fun to add a bit of cheer for the sick and shut-ins. There had been numerous competitions to build the biggest, funniest, nicest, and even the best dressed snowmen. They had made the snowman dressed up to look like policemen, clowns, nurses, pirates, and even superheroes. The town mayors had gotten together to declare February the 6th as the official Dress Your Snowman Day, as a way to try and cheer up the townsfolk after months of what could only be called the White Winter Blues. It was a great success, and plans to do it every year were made. By mid-March, the sun got brighter and the days grew longer. Everyone was looking forward to the promise of spring and warmer weather. Everyone, that is, except the snowman. They knew that they would soon have to melt, turn into water puddles, and be carried off into streams, brooks, rivers, and lakes. Despite their sadness of having to leave the ones who had made and loved them, they knew that they would return as snowflakes the next winter in one of the many snowstorms that would fall on the Gaspé Coast. A snowman really never dies, for they are made of frozen water droplets that are brought back to life every winter as snowflakes. Maggie listened to his fascinating story and thought about all the other snowmen that she had built and how they might have been made of snowflakes that had once belonged to other snowmen. Then she realized that something was very wrong, for if snowmen were meant to melt in the spring, where did this one come from? Not a single snowflake had fallen all winter. Who made him, and why had he been built inside of this tree? The snowman continued to tell her his story. When the weather got warmer last spring, he watched his friends melt away. He had been so afraid because he thought it must hurt to turn into water. The days passed, and he watched the other snowmen's hats and carrots fall to the ground. Many of them tried to keep their smile, but the sun became too strong for even the biggest snowman. As he said goodbye to each of his snowmates, he wondered what life would be like in a puddle. This snowy story from the Gaspé Coast will continue with Chapter 7, Part 2, and the snowman will tell Maggie how he ended up living in a tree, in a forest, in the middle of winter, when there hadn't been any snow fell on the Gaspé Coast that year. To find out more, come back next time.